you're here and you happen to watch it, well and good. But if you happen to watch it later, this is me driving home. I'm going to share a few tips which are very important for all of us to know. And yeah, as you drive now, like right now, there is a truck right in front of me. If you know the Sino trucks, those are very, very, very bad to be in front of. Okay, yeah, so it's right in front of me, and those are very, very bad drivers. If there is a traffic officer, you don't want to be caught using the phone in front of the traffic officer. Yeah, so yeah. So, what do I want to talk about? Someone called me yesterday, and well, they wanted to get advice on the kind of car they would buy, and it's very important that I'm open, so that I don't get more people asking the same question. Okay, so if you want to buy a car, it's very blunt, but it's the truth. You don't want to listen to anyone. You want to listen to your gut, but you want to follow the things I say here. What do I get the experience? I've been driving since 2010. I was 20 years. I was driving a Corona Chibina. It was a UAB 155J. Now, if you ever come across that car, that was my first car, and it was manual, my very first car. And since then, I've driven more than 20 cars, I think, because on average I drive about 2 to 3 cars a year. I also want to drive one car for some time. Okay, I think I've driven this particular car for close to a year now, but on average I drive 2 to 3 cars a year, and that's why I got the experience. Now, someone asked me, how did you come up with your research of cars? Why someone should not buy cars from the village? Because majority of the cars I drove, because as a young man I didn't have a lot of money, so I did not buy new cars. I always bought used cars, and I always bought cars at a very, very, very low budget. Now, when you buy cars at a low budget and you want to buy a car that you can drive and it doesn't break down, sometimes, and I used to buy cars at 3 million, 2.5, okay, and that's a budget that most people don't know you can get a car for. But well, I used to get cars at 2 million, 2.5 and 3 million. My very first car, the Chibina Corona, I bought it at 3 million, and it was good. Yeah, it was good. Most of the problems that came with it came because of me. I was a learner. It was my first car. So I've driven more than 20 cars from my first car in 2010. So I have the experience. It's not really research. I don't have to go asking people. These are things I've experienced firsthand. You have to know that your mechanic is not your brother. He's not your cousin, and he doesn't care about you. Your mechanic wants money, period. He just wants to take your money. So he will use any chance he gets to take your money, and he will not care whether it's fair for you or unfair. He's going to take your money. So you have to just be ready to give it when it's due. 2, your brother or cousin doesn't care about you when it comes to helping you buy cars or helping you buy your car, your next car. He'll probably double cross you as well. There is a time I sold a car to someone, and their own step brother came with them. Now you'd say step brother, blah 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 blah. No, the step brother can be sweet to you, but their own step brother came with them to buy the car, and he had no idea what to check. But because he was specific about his car, he said, Arthur, you're going to give me 500,000 as commission. I have topped up 1 million. Don't look at it. Just let me do my job. Don't do the talking. So I did not do the talking. The stepbrother did the talking all the way. And the guy bought the car. I didn't even get the chance to tell the buyer what was wrong with the car. So it so happens that when you're going to buy your car, your next car, you don't have to trust anyone. Everyone will double cross you, be it your brother, be it your cousin brother, be it your nephew. They will all double cross you, because most of the times when someone is trying to help you buy a car, they're looking for rewards, which most of the time is, if it's your relative, you will not give them. So they will not most of the times look at your best interest. So when you're buying your next car, involve some kind of professional, someone that has something to lose, okay? Someone that has a brand, that if you came and said, so and so, I wanted to buy my car, this car that I have, and when I went to buy the car in the market, I went with so and so, and I bought a bad car because he recommended it. Your mechanic has no brand to lose. Your brother has no nothing to lose. Your nephew has nothing to lose apart from probably your respect, if at all it applies. But you have to get someone that has something to lose. You get? The reason why mechanics in Uganda don't build brands is because it's a lot of work to build a brand, and it's one mistake can make you lose your integrity, and people no longer trust your brand. You see a brand like buy a car. I've built it for some time, and just one comment from a follower saying that, oh, I went with Arthur to buy a car and he chose the wrong car for me. Just one comment like that would make my channel lose credibility. You get? So you need to involve someone like that. It really doesn't have to be me. It can be anyone. Just pick anyone that you trust and go with them. Someone that has something to lose, okay? And take that person to help you choose your next car, okay? So don't trust anyone apart from a professional. And always make sure to not get anything for free. Free things are always very expensive. When you take someone to check a car for you, make sure you agree, how much are you going to charge me to check this car for me, okay? Because this is something that they're going to do in your interest. So what is in their interest? What do they get in return? That's how the world works. It doesn't make them evil, okay? Make sure you know how much they're going to charge you for that. For their time, pay that amount for their time, and make sure you get your money's worth. Ask all the questions you need to ask, and don't shy away from questions. Ask, why am I buying a car that looks like this? Why don't we buy something that is newer? Why don't we buy something that is in better condition? Ask questions, okay? You're buying a car that you're going to probably drive for more than 5 years. So you have to make sure that you know everything, that you have answers to every question that has been lingering in your head, okay? So ask all questions, but always pay the person that you're going to take to check the car for you, okay? But make sure this person has something to lose, because that's the only leverage you have. You get? If you go with some mechanic kucharo that teriaka mani, you get? So you're not going to hold them accountable for anything, okay? He'll easily sell you off. They sell you a bad car, a stolen car, and they disappear. You don't want that. When you're buying a car, you want to know that, okay, I went with so and so to buy this car, okay? So if in case I get any problem, I know who to go to help me solve it, okay? Because he did this professionally. Now, the people that I help to buy cars, the people that I help choose cars for, there are things that we look at. For example,